San Diego, California, and Snapdragon Stadium. The season comes to a close, and both of these teams hoping to finish on a high note in the Holiday Bowl. It's the Virginia Cavaliers and the Boise State Broncos. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Thanks, guys. I did check in with the Boise State head coach before the game. As you know, the Pac-12 has trying to rebuild and reload and get back to a conference of dominance in college football. So this game has even more importance here today. They cannot afford to lose to a Power 4 school. They've got to show that they are still a conference of significance here in college football, and that will be played out on the field today. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Quick give. It's Gaines. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Williams. Caught. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
And this team talked all week, man, about creating belief and something good happening early for this offense. Like, we know we're on the 2-game skid, but we're not that far away from being 2-0 or being more competitive. And so they wanted to start fast. So going 3 and out, man, you can feel it. Just takes a little bit of life out of this squad. This defense is going to have to come out, set the tone early for them.
The Cavaliers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game...
Snags it and he's open. The 40. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
That one just came off his hand badly. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Grimes. Got his man. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. They'll ride Davis here. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute and put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
Throwing, Williams. With the catch, it's Cunningham. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. On first down, here comes this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Goff. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's changing the play. They'll run him again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quick catch on 3rd down. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The Broncos go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Play action with Williams. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Cavaliers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Grimes. Lets it go. Out wide left, it's Davis. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. And the Cavaliers want to pick up the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes, and well, it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
We reach the end of the period. It's Virginia holding the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Fresh center downs going to the air. Left side, it's Davis. Could not make his way to the corner.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Long way to go on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. On his feet at the 40. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to throw, it's Grimes. Oh, pressure's coming. Takes the easy completion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And the Cavaliers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he'd hope to pin them deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Keep it on the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Broncos line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Cavaliers offense all set and ready to get this drive underway. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Looking to pass. It's Grimes. They'll run the screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
They'll move the wide receiver. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he's got plenty for the first down, and now they'll have a chance to get their thoughts together coming out of the 2-minute timeout. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Shakes off the defender. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Here's Williams to throw. Got him downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. Making the adjustment. From the gun, it's Gaines. Plows through the defense.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Williams looking for a man. Hauls it in. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. Nice route, nice catch by this receiver. What's important for a quarterback throwing the end route to a guy in the slot?
Well, I think he has to have great timing. I think the receiver needs to get his right depth so that they know exactly where each other is going to be and when the ball is going to be in the air. These two have outstanding timing for one another.
And now the Broncos call their first of 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. First and goal. Williams. Here comes the heat. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Trying to surge it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Boise State.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Straight ahead, it's Davis. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Reese, talk about an edge-of-your-seat type first half, or as they call it in this game there in San Diego, just another typical Holiday Bowl.
The Broncos will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Guys, Virginia's head coach told me at the half, the message of his speech was, I've got to get the running back more involved. They trust him. He's been terrific, but they haven't gotten him enough carries. He said, I've got one guy in the booth upstairs who is tracking how many times our running back touches the ball. That is the most essential part of getting back in this game. Get the rock to the guy who can make the biggest difference.
Holly, thank you.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Moves the pocket. It's Grimes. Rushes on. No choice but to get rid of it, and it'll be fourth down. And the Cavaliers will punt this one away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Out wide right, it's Cunningham. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Keeps it on the option. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Williams from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. And the Broncos are marching down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. In the backfield, it's Jones. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Play fake, Williams. Flush to the left. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
I'll tell you what, after that big gainer on 3rd down, you might think about your quarterback running it again down here. It's hard to throw down close inside the 10-yard line. You've got to have some design QB runs or give him a run-pass option on the perimeter. See if he can punch it in after that big gain.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Running inside, it's Davis. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. 2nd and long here. He's got it on the right. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. To the air, it's Grimes. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Cavaliers decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Trying to take it back. Can they catch it? He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. This offense has it with really good field position. The run inside. It's gone. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. Now let's take a look at the stats and what has been a nip and tuck affair. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll move the tight end. The give to the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Powers inside. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Hits inside. It's Stewart. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Push is ahead. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Virginia ready to get things going as the offense takes the field. Pulled it, finds his man on the left. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. And the Cavaliers come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Grimes. Under pressure. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
After that incompletion on 3rd down, you're not quite in panic.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Snapped on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
Yeah, and you needed points. You wanted points badly. But listen, the offense, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get in their 4-minute offense. Now, I got to start preserving that clock, using my timeouts, try to get a stop, and get this ball back to my offense.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Right back to it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Virginia will call its first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Keeps it himself. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Timeout is called by Virginia. That's their 2nd. They'll have 1 left. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. And the Broncos with the 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. Timeout on the field. The Cavaliers have taken their final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They give it back to him. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. He'll do it himself. Keeps it and gets past the chains. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after